The clock is moving slower today, like it understands. I watch the sunlight drift across the quiet land. A soft song plays behind my thoughts, low and warm, and everything feels steady in this form. I'm not chasing every second, I let it stay. Like time finally learned my pace. If the calm keeps growing gently, I won't rush. Some peace arrives when we trust. I'm breathing between moments, letting go of everything that tells me I should know. I'm breathing between moments in my chest where the noise fades out and I rest. Warm pins drift behind the piano like fading light. A thin beat keeps the rhythm steady through the night. I don't need a louder answer to feel whole. Sometimes quiet fills the soul. A shadow moves along the wall, then fades, and I don't reach for it anymore. I stay. If my heart feels calmer now, I'll trust it. Some healing doesn't hurry, it just sits. I used to pack my days with worry, without space. Now I leave room for breathing, for grace. If tomorrow feels heavy again, I'll return to the slow, steady rhythm I've learned. Maybe peace is not the ending of fear. Maybe it's staying present right here. A warm chord, a steady flow, a softer way to grow. I keep breathing between moments when I slow, letting life unfold gently as it goes. I keep breathing between moments in time, letting calm become mine. Breathing deep between moments, breathing between moments, breathing with sun. Warmth and fading, piano low, bass stays steady, reverb glow. Breathing between moments, breathing between moments. The morning light rests on the window like it's waiting there. A quiet song in the background moves through the air. I take my time with every breath, no rush today, and everything feels softer this way. I'm not planning every moment, I let it flow, like life knows better where to go. If peace keeps finding me again, I'll stay. Some calm grows strong. behind the piano, like clouds in spring. A thin beat keeps the rhythm steady. Everything. I don't need a louder answer to feel strong. Sometimes quiet is where I belong. A shadow moves across the floor, then fades, and I don't chase it anymore. I stay. If my breathing feels easier now, I'll trust it. Some healing doesn't shout, it just sits. I used to fill my mind with worries all the time. Now I leave space for silence and light. If tomorrow feels heavy again, I'll return to the gentle rhythm I've learned. Maybe peace is not a miracle or sign. Maybe it's the simple moment right now. A warm chord, a steady flow, a softer way to grow. There's light on my window when I slow, when I let the noise fade out below. There's light on my window, warm and kind, like calm is finally finding my mind. Light on my window, light on my window. Warm synth fading, piano low, bass stays steady, reverb glow. Light on my window, light on my window. The sunlight sits across the couch like it has nowhere to go. A quiet song inside my room moves nice and slow. I breathe a little deeper now than yesterday, and everything feels easier this way. I'm not racing through the hours, I let them pass. Like moments don't have to hurry to last. If the calm keeps growing soft, Maybe peace is given time and space. A warm chord, a steady flow, a gentle way to grow. There are soft days ahead, I can see, like the world slowly opening to me. There are soft days ahead in my life, where the noise fades out and feels right. Soft days ahead, soft days ahead. Warmth and fading, piano low, bass stays steady, verve of glow. Soft days ahead. Soft days ahead. The room is quiet in a good way, not empty, just calm. A soft light moves across the floor like an open palm. A song is playing far away but close to me, and everything feels lighter than it used to be. I'm not asking for tomorrow to be clear. I'm just staying with the moment here. If peace keeps showing up, I won't push it away. Some comfort grows when we stay. It feels like enough right now, like the world isn't asking how. It feels like enough in my chest, like breathing finally learn to rest. That it feels like enough. Warm scents drift behind the piano, like morning air. A thin beat keeps a steady rhythm everywhere. I don't need a louder answer to feel strong. Sometimes quiet is where I belong. A shadow moves across the wall and fades, and I don't chase it anymore. I stay. If my heart feels steady now, I'll trust it. Some calm doesn't need to rush it. I used to think happiness had to be loud, like fireworks in the sky drawing a crowd. Now I find it in the small things, in the slow, in the way my breathing knows where to go. If tomorrow comes heavy again, I'll return to the gentle rhythm I've learned. Maybe peace is not a peak or high. Maybe it's the quiet moments passing by. A warm chord, a steady flow, a softer way to grow. The street is quiet after rain. The lights reflect in slow lines. I walk a little slower now, like I finally have time. A song is playing through my headphones, soft and warm, and everything feels easier in this form. I'm not rushing past the moment, I'm not late. I'm just letting life unfold at its pace. If my breath feels deeper now, I'll stay. Some calm returns when we don't run away. The calm comes back like a tide, washing over all the noise inside. The calm comes back when I slow, like my heart remembers where to go. Warm hymns drift behind the piano, like mist and gold. A thin beat keeps the rhythm steady, never bold. I don't need a louder answer to feel strong. Sometimes quiet is where I belong. A shadow moves along the wall, then fades, and I don't chase it anymore. I stay. If peace keeps growing softly now, I'll trust it. Some healing doesn't shout, it just sits. I used to fill my days with movement just to cope. Now I leave space for stillness and hope. If tomorrow feels heavy again, I'll return to the slower rhythm I've learned. Maybe peace is not the absence of fear. Maybe it's breathing through it. Here, a warm chord, a steady flow, a softer way to grow. The calm comes back when I breathe, when I let the world release from me. The calm comes back, soft and slow, like the light after the storm starts to glow. Comes back, calm comes back, comes in fading piano. Bass stays steady, reverb glow. Calm comes back, calm comes back. The air feels lighter in the room, like something changed. A gentle song behind the noisy, soft and strange. I'm moving slower than I used to, and it feels right. Like I finally learned to listen to the night. I'm not fixing every feeling, I just stay. Letting calm arrive quietly this way. If peace keeps finding me, I won't hide. Some healing happens softly change doesn't need effort, it just is. I used to think healing meant a big moment, a sudden shift, a breakthrough component. Now I see it in the ordinary, in the small, and letting go instead of holding all. If tomorrow feels heavy again, I'll return to the slow and steady rhythm I've learned. Maybe peace is not dramatic or loud, maybe it's the gentle progress I found. The warm chord, a steady flow, a softer way to grow. I keep getting better quietly when I slow, when I stop pushing myself to grow. I keep getting better quietly in time, letting calm become mine. Quietly better, quietly better. Warm synth fading, piano low, bass stay steady, reverb glow. Quietly better, quietly better. The room feels wider than before, like something let me go. The quiet song is playing low behind the glow. The sunlight touches every wall without a rush, and for the first time in a while, I don't push. I'm not trying to rewrite the past or running ahead. I'm just staying where the moment is instead. If the calm keeps finding me, I'll stay. Some peace doesn't need permission to stay. I'm softly moving on in my time, like the world is finally learning my rhyme. I'm softly moving on without fear, letting go of all the noise I hear. Words drift behind the piano like clouds in light. A thin beat keeps a steady rhythm, soft and right. I don't need a louder answer to feel strong. Sometimes quiet is where I belong. A shadow fades across the floor, then it's gone, and I don't reach for it anymore. I move on. If my breathing feels easier now, I'll trust it. Some healing happens quietly, just miss it. I used to think moving forward meant rushing fast. Now I know it means being gentle with the past. If tomorrow brings heavy thoughts, I'll return to the slower rhythm I've learned. Maybe growth is not dramatic or loud, maybe it's the small calm changes I've found. A warm chord, a steady beat, a softer way to feel complete. I keep softly moving on when I slow, letting life unfold gently as it goes. I keep softly moving on with my breath, finding peace in every step. That's curtains move with the morning air, like they're dancing slow. A pale blue sky is stretching wide. Outside the window, a song is playing from far away, soft in the room, and everything feels lighter than it did too soon. I'm not rushing into the hours, I'm not afraid. I'm just letting life arrive unchanged. If the calm keeps building quietly, I won't break. Some peace grows when we stop trying to make. I go where it feels like, where I can breathe, where the noise fades out inside of me. I go where it feels like, where I stay slow, like the heart finally knows where to go. Warm sin glide behind the piano, like drifting clouds. A thin beat keeps a steady pattern, soft but loud. I don't need a louder answer to feel sure. Sometimes gentle is the cure. A shadow slides along the wall, then is gone, and I don't chase it anymore. I move on. If my breathing stays easy now, I'll trust it. Some moments heal when we don't rush it. I used to search for happiness far away, like it lives somewhere else, not in today. Now I find it in the stillness, in the sound, in the way the world slows down. If tomorrow feels heavy, I'll return to the steady rhythm I've learned. Maybe peace is not a miracle or sign. Maybe it's the gentle spaces we find. A one chord, a steady flow, a softer way to grow. I go where it feels like, when I breathe in, when the calm slowly moves within. I go where it feels like, when I stay with the moment instead of away. Where it feels like, where it feels like. Warm sin fading, piano, bass stays steady, reverb glow. Where it feels like, where it feels like. I stepped outside for just a minute, let the air feel new. The sky was wide and barely moving, soft and blue. A quiet car went down the street like it had nowhere to go. And for the first time all day I started breathing slow. I'm not chasing every feeling, I'm not in a race. I'm just letting life arrive at its pace. If the calm stays longer now, I won't rush. Some Sometimes gentle is the cure. The shadow on the wall leans softly, then moves on, and I don't grab the moment, I let it run. If my heart feels lighter now, I'll keep it. Some peace arrives when we don't force it. I used to pack my days with noise to feel alive. Now I find life in quieter spaces where I can thrive. If tomorrow comes with pressure, I'll return to the slow and steady rhythm I've learned. Maybe calm is not the absence of the storm. Maybe it's the way we breathe through the formal warm chord. A steady sound, a softer way to stay grounded. I let the day breathe when I stay still, like the world stops pulling me against my will. I let the day breathe when I choose slow, like peace grows quietly and starts to show. Let the day breathe. Let the day breathe. Let the day breathe. Warm synth fading, piano low, bass stays steady, reverb glow. Let the day breathe. Let the day breathe. The light is soft across the wall. I can nose my mood. A quiet song beneath the noise pulling me through. I set my phone a little farther from my hand, and suddenly the room feels wide again. I'm not trying to solve tomorrow, I'm just here, letting all the small things settle clear. If the calm keeps finding me, I won't mind. Some peace begins when we're down. It's easy to feel when I slow, like my heart finally runs how to go. It's easy to feel what is real when the noise fades out and I heal. Warm scents drift behind the piano like evening air. Thin beat keeps a gentle rhythm everywhere. I don't need a lot of moment to feel strong. Sometimes quiet is where I belong. The shadow on the ceiling moves and rusts, and I breathe away I left the window open no tonight, so the air to change. The morning felt lighter on my skin, like a human. A quiet street, a pale blue sky, the day beginning slow. And for the first time in a while, I didn't feel a rush to go. I'm not fixing every feeling, I'm not in control. I'm just letting things be softer in my soul. If the calm keeps finding me, I won't hide. Some peace arise when we stop trying, and soft again in the light, like the world isn't pushing me to fight. I'm soft again in my chest, like breathing finally feels like rest. One sense full behind the piano, like clouds at dawn. A thin beat keeps a steady motion moving on. I don't need a bigger moment to feel okay. Sometimes slay's the best play. The shadow dance and when it forges its way, and I don't chase it, let it stay. If my heart feels open, I'll trust it. Some healing doesn't make noise or justice. I used to build my walls so high to feel safe. Now I'm learning how to lower down and breathe again. If tomorrow comes in heavy, I'll return to the quiet rhythm I've learned. Maybe strength is being gentle with myself, letting go of pressure, letting go of doubt. A warm chord, a steady beat, a softer way to feel complete. I'm soft again, and it's done. Like I don't need to carry what I know. I'm soft again, and I stay with the moment instead of running away. Soft again, soft again. Person letting me always stay steady with the goal. Soft again, soft again. The room was quiet in a gentle way, not empty, just still. I watched the dust move in the sunlight across the windowsill. A song was playing from my phone, low like a breath, and everything felt lighter in my chest. I wasn't thinking about the future or the past. I was just staying with the moment, letting it last. gentle rhythm I've learned. Maybe peace is just a habit we create through slowing down, through choosing wait. A warm chord, a steady tone, a softer way to feel at home when things feel calm. When things feel calm, I don't run. I let the moment hold me till it's done. When things feel calm, I feel strong, not loud and bright, just steady all along. When things feel calm, when things feel calm, when things feel calm, when things feel calm. Warm scent fading, piano, bass stay steady, reverb glow. When things feel calm, when things feel calm. The sky was pale and white today, like it forgot to rush. I watched the sunlight cross the floor in quiet golden dust. A coffee cup still holding steam, a song playing low, and everything felt easier than it did before. I'm not thinking about tomorrow, I'm not looking back. I'm just staying with this gentle moment where I'm at. If the calm keeps growing slowly, I won't run. Some peace arrives quietly when it comes. In this slow morning blue, I feel okay, like the world finally learned to move my way. In this slow morning blue, I can breathe, like nothing needs to hurry to be. Warm and floating behind the piano like clouds in light. A thin beat tapping steady patterns, soft and right. I don't need a bigger meaning to feel whole. Sometimes simple moments do the most. A shadow dancing on the wall, then drifting free. And I don't rush to hold it with me. If my heart stays lighter now, I'll trust it. Some feelings don't ask permission, they just fit. I used to chase louder happiness like a goal. Now I find it in the quiet. I can hold in slower steps, in softer sounds, in breathing when the world slows down. If tomorrow brings the pressure back, I'll return to this gentle rhythm I've learned. Maybe peace is not a destination or a prize. Maybe it's these little moments passing by. A warm chord, a steady beat, a softer way to feel complete. This slow morning blue feels like home, like I don't have to carry everything alone. This slow morning blue feels right, like calm finally found me in the light. Slow morning blue. I left the curtains open this time. Let the daylight spill across the floor in quiet lines that made the room feel still. The air was warm but moving slow, like it knew my pace. And for a moment, everything felt easy in this place. I'm not chasing something better, I'm not running fast. I'm just letting this small calm feeling last. If my shoulders drop a little now, that's okay. Some weight doesn't need a reason to go away. It gets lighter when I slow down, when I stop trying to figure it all out. It gets lighter in my chest, like the world gets softer when I rest. Mormons cry the piano like morning haze. A thin beat keeps a steady rhythm through the day. I don't need to fix tomorrow to feel fine. Sometimes peace is only staying right on time. A shadow shifts along the wall and disappears, and I don't rush to hold the moment here. If I breathe a little deeper now, I'll trust it. Some calm doesn't need a story to become it. I used to carry every worry like a list, every problem waiting for me to exist. Now I leave some things unanswered in the air and let the softest sounds remind me I'm still here. If the noise comes back tomorrow, I'll come back to the slower, kinder rhythm I choose. Maybe healing isn't changing who I am. Maybe it's forgiving myself where I stand. A warm chord, a steady pulse, a gentler view, a lighter heart I'm learning to move through. It feels lighter when I breathe in, when I let the moment hold me again. It feels lighter when I stay, like the calm is finally learning my name. It gets lighter, it gets lighter. Warm and fading, piano low, bass stay steady, reverb glow. It gets lighter, it gets lighter. I washed the cups we used last night and set them in a row. The steam was rising slowly, like something I should know. The sky was pale and open, the kind that makes you think. And I stood there just breathing at the edge of the sink. I'm not calling this missing, but it feels close, like a quiet conversation no one knows. If the feeling lingers longer, like if I let it go, I lose the shape. Now I trust the softer movement of time, how it turns every sharp edge into light. If tomorrow brings a crowd of noise, I'll come back here to the slow, steady rhythm I can hear. Maybe love is not a moment that we keep. Maybe it's a quiet presence when we breathe. A warm chord, a fading echo, a calm release, a feeling that doesn't leave but turns to peace. You're still in the air when I slow down, like a gentle kind of comfort all around. You're still in the air, soft and clear, in the space between my thoughts. You appear, still in the air, still in the air. Warmth and fading, piano low, bass stay steady, reverb glow. Still in the air, still in the air. I cracked the window just a little, let the morning in. The air felt new against my face, like I could begin again. A quiet song was playing low behind the sink, slow drip, and everything felt lighter than it did when I went to sleep. I'm not trying to fix the past or run ahead, I'm just staying with this moment instead. If I feel calm without a reason, I won't question why. Some peace doesn't ask permission to arrive. This is where I breathe, where the noise lets go, where my heart slows down and my thoughts move slow. This is where I breathe, where I feel okay, like the world can wait a moment while I stay. Moments glide behind the piano like light on glass. A thin beat keeps a steady pattern, letting minutes pass. I don't need a bigger purpose to feel whole. Sometimes being quiet is a goal. A shadow moves across the floor and fades away, and I don't feel the rush to make it stay. If my chest feels softer now, I'll let it be. Not every feeling needs a name to feel free. I used to carry every worry like a weight, like I had to solve tomorrow before it was today. Now I leave some things unanswered on the shelf and give my breathing back to me and nothing else. If the world gets loud again, I'll come back here. destination or a win. Maybe it's the quiet space I'm living in. A warm chord, a slow rhythm, a softer view, a moment that keeps reminding me I'm okay too. This is where